I rather want to know from you that how do you see, after realizing Sanatan Dharma and after embracing it wholeheartedly, and then after practicing yoga, you have already mentioned and cleared that yoga is not just exercise. There is something more to it, right? It is not just hoo-ha and it's done. No,
Mm.
you have pointed out that there is more to it, and then you have talked about how yoga and psychology can also go together.
Yeah.
So it is something which is very not basic for a common man to understand and um, uh, process it. So I mean, coming into the folds of Sanatan, and then all of these things that you are learning and venturing and experiencing now, how do you look at Christianity or the Abrahamic religion? Do you see it as something that you have left behind, and or do you think that it is something which did not make sense and this is something which is making more sense?
I don't dwell a lot about it, like if I left it behind or not. I just use whatever works for me, right, in my practice. If it makes me a better person, more evolved, more in touch with my inner being, more peaceful, more compassionate, I will embrace it. So for that, you have to explore and experience and study different philosophies, different religions, and adopt what works for you. I have adopted what works for me. And that includes yoga, it includes some principles of Ayurveda and Vedanta. But that doesn't mean that I exclude everything else or I'm fighting with everything else, right? No, because there's no need. Everything is the same. For example, we explain it as a big ocean. So everything that we see around us, every religion, every path, is a big ocean. And the different rivers, different waves are the different religions, different forms, different methods, different people, different races, but it's the entire ocean of the world of existence. So for me, I'm always trying to not to be put in a box or a label, right? Because I'm constantly evolving. I'm constantly in motion. That doesn't mean I'm going to change my mind, right? But it is a constant exploration. So for me personally, I don't want to be called a Hindu or a Catholic. Those are labels that human beings put on others because it's again the mind, right? The mind once was to put you in a category. Yeah, who are you, right?
True.
Who are you? What's your name? What are you about? And what is your religion? So sometimes people ask me on YouTube or Twitter, what is your religion? And I don't answer. I just say, I don't want to be labeled, right? But of course, if you press me to respond, what is my belief? Of course, I'm following Hindu principles and Sanatan Dharma. But you are so right, Saraji, that because Sanatan Dharma is a natural universal law, it's not
Yes.
man-made, it's to be discovered and experienced in nature, in the universe. Of course, indigenous populations practiced it before the big religions were formed, right? Because the institutionalized religion is man-made. And when there is the interference of men, there is corruption, there's distortion. So I think we are clear on that. So yeah, that's how I feel. Like it's just my journey, it's I'm a free spirit. I call my viewers on YouTube free spirits, because if you like what I do and you enjoy my messages, that means you are a free spirit. You want that freedom. You are a freedom seeker. And again, I'm not talking about liberation as I'm going to do whatever I want. I mean freedom from mental suffering, from pain. And even when you go through painful experiences, it is the freedom from suffering, right? So maybe I experience a lot of painful situations in life, but because I'm grounded in my inner being, I don't suffer even more, because the mind is going to keep dwelling on things, right? So that's how I also manage my mind and my energies. I don't dwell on labels, on religions, or on anything. But I'm definitely, yes, as I appreciate Sanatan Dharma, and I follow the principles and I practice meditation and breathing and yoga, because it feels great, for me, because I am at that part of evolution where I have to experience all of these for a reason.